Welcome back, my bloodthirsty companions. The clock has struck midnight, and the final act is about to begin. Oh, how the shadows have grown long in Valentine Bluffs. In the quiet of the night, one truth has become undeniable. There is no escape from the past, and there is no escape from the mask. Episode 6, A Mask of Shadows. The truth is finally within reach, dear listeners, but it's not what you think. The faces of the past have merged with the terror of the present, and in these final moments, the mask will reveal its true form. But beware, for in Valentine Bluffs, faces are deceiving. The killer's shadow stretches far and wide, and you might think you know who lurks beneath the mask, but do you? The town's blood-stained history has led us to this final chapter, and as we peel back the layers, you may wish we never uncovered it at all. Will you be ready when the mask falls away, exposing the truth beneath? Will you survive the night, or will the killer find you first? The rules are different now, my dear listeners. This isn't just a game of cat and mouse. It's a battle between love, death, and the twisted secrets buried deep in Valentine Bluffs. So brace yourselves. You think you've seen horror? You think you've uncovered the darkest corners of this town? Think again. Because the end is near, and it's only just beginning. Episode 6 begins, but when it ends, there may be nothing left of Valentine Bluffs but memories and blood. Same blood time, same killer channel. But remember, not everyone will make it out alive. Let's begin episode 6, A Mask of Shadows plot. The killer continues to taunt the survivors, leaving cryptic notes and symbols around the town. The tension reaches a breaking point as more townspeople begin to disappear. In an attempt to solve the mystery, Detective Shaw and the survivors find themselves trapped in a dangerous game of cat and mouse, where nothing is as it seems. Axel becomes more erratic, pushing people away as he begins to question whether the killer is someone he knows. Meanwhile, Sarah uncovers a hidden room beneath the town's old chapel that contains shocking evidence linking the killer to someone they all thought was dead. Key dialogue: Tom, we've been chasing ghosts this whole time, but I think we're finally getting close to something real. Axel, real? Or is it just something we're meant to believe? Sure, the mask hides the truth. But we'll see through it. The group discovers a connection between the town's founding and an ancient mining tragedy, revealing the true nature of the curse that haunts Valentine Bluffs. Cliffhanger: Tom confronts the killer, but before he can get answers, the killer reveals a horrifying truth: I'm not the only one. Suddenly, another figure, wearing the same mining mask, steps out from the shadows. Episode 7, Scar, Blood, and Valentine. In the town of Valentine Bluffs, Scarpunk isn't the only thing that's deadly. Episode 7, Beneath the Ice plot. The residents of Valentine Bluffs are still reeling from the escalating murders, but the arrival of the mighty Bosstones for a one-night show at the town's local dive bar brings a much-needed distraction. The show was booked months ago before the killings started, and now, it's seen as a symbol of hope in a town plagued by fear. Tom, Sarah, and Axel reluctantly attend the concert, needing something to keep their minds off the mounting terror. However, as the band starts playing, the atmosphere takes a dark turn. The energy from the crowd is palpable, but the sounds of the band's horns and energetic ska beats also stir something deeper. For a moment, the music seems to temporarily drown out the fear, but the killer is still lurking, and it's only a matter of time before tragedy strikes again. Sarah's ex, Axel, is visibly agitated, still struggling with his own guilt over his father's death. As the show progresses, tensions between him and Tom explode, while Sarah tries to keep the peace. Detective Shaw is also in attendance, continuing her investigation into the town's history, but she's drawn into the hypnotic energy of the Bosstones' performance, allowing herself a brief reprieve from the grim reality. However, as the show reaches its climax, a horrifying twist reveals the killer may be among the crowd dressed in a Bosstones-style scar suit, blending in with the rowdy concertgoers. The survivors must act fast to stop a massacre that could take place right under their noses while they try to enjoy a night of music. Key dialogue: Axel, gritting his teeth as the music plays. This is insane. I can't concentrate with this noise. Sarah, we need something. Axel, we need something that feels like life again. Tom, maybe that's why we're all here, to feel alive for just one moment. Detective Shaw, nodding as she watches the band. It's an illusion. But maybe we need it to survive. The Mighty Bosstones frontman, Dickie Barrett, addresses the crowd, unknowingly adding to the tension. Hey, Valentine Bluffs. We're gonna make sure you feel like it's 1997 tonight. Let's get this place bouncing. The crowd goes wild, and the music swells into an infectious ska-punk energy. But the sound is drowned out when one of the bar's windows shatters. The lights flicker, and the tension builds. Cliffhanger. Amidst the chaos, one of the concertgoers is found dead, gruesomely murdered, with the same signature of the previous victims. The group realizes that the killer has used the excitement of the concert to move in and strike, creating an even greater sense of urgency. As the Bosstones finish their final song, the townspeople stare at each other, wondering who will be next and whether the music itself was just another veil for the madness that has consumed Valentine Bluffs. Episode 8. Beneath the Ice Plot. The town's buried secrets begin to surface as the group explores the town's oldest archives, revealing that Valentine Bluffs was built on land cursed by a series of tragic events involving the town's original settlers. The killer's motives seem linked to the land itself. The survivors are forced to explore the mines and old tunnels beneath the ice-covered lake to uncover the final truth. They must work together to survive, but the tension between them grows as suspicions and doubts begin to tear them apart. Key dialogue: Sarah, the land is cursed. Tom, it's not just the people, it's everything here. Axel, if you know where the answer lies, then why are we still running? Sure, the land has memories. And the killer is part of it. The survivors uncover the location of the final confrontation, but they know they are walking into a trap. As they approach the site, the ground begins to shake, and the sky darkens. Something is coming. Cliffhanger. A terrifying underground entity rises from the depths of the mines, an ancient creature linked to the town's cursed history. It roars, and the survivors realize they are not just fighting a killer, they're fighting an ancient evil. Episode 9. The Return of Harry Plot. The return of Harry Warden's true heir forces the survivors into a deadly confrontation with their past. They finally learn that Harry Warden was not the only killer his bloodline has carried on his legacy, and now it's the heir's turn to take up the mantle. The survivors must fight for their lives as they descend into the very bowels of the earth, where the killer's true identity is revealed. Key dialogue: Harry Warden, Jr. You thought you could bury the past. The past isn't buried, it's breathing, right underneath your feet. Tom, you don't get to do this. Not anymore. Cliffhanger. Just as they think they've killed the heir, a new figure emerges from the shadows, a more terrifying force that links everything together. The land must be fed. Episode 10. Echoes of the Past Plot. The battle with the killer takes an unexpected turn when Shaw uncovers a devastating truth. The town itself is alive with the spirit of death, and the murders are merely an extension of the curse. The survivors are forced to confront their deepest fears and the history they've tried to forget. Key dialogue: Shaw, it's not just a man or a monster. It's the land itself. Sarah, we can't run anymore. We have to end it now. Tom, we end it or die trying. Episode 11. The Final Valentine Plot. The survivors fight for their lives against an ancient force that threatens to destroy everything. The final battle unfolds in the mine as the town's buried secrets are brought to light, revealing the true source of the curse. Cliffhanger. As they defeat the creature, they realize it was only one part of a larger, darker force. The camera pulls back, showing a figure watching them from the shadows. And so, the night draws to a close. But the shadows of Valentine Bluffs never truly sleep. The killer remains, hidden in plain sight, waiting, watching, for the next heartbeat to stop. Will the past ever let go? Can anyone survive the madness? Or will the town be buried under the weight of its blood-soaked history? Stay vigilant, listeners. The final chapter hasn't been written yet. You'll hear more when the clock strikes again. And remember, not every scream fades away. Until next time, keep your lights on, your doors locked, and your heart beating. Same death time, same blood channel. But next time, it may be your story.